So those of you that know me from my previous channel, The Real Teddy Talks, know that I like to get you educated, and I like to do it in a quick and concise way. So since the mantra for Teddy Ewing is going to be financial freedom, one of the methods I use for financial freedom is investing, and one of those sub-methods is investing in cryptocurrency, in addition to a plethora of other things, including entrepreneurship. So today we're going to talk Coinmarketcap.com, and this will be not a super concise video because I want it to be very informative, and I'm trying to get them watch hours up because remember I'm trying to get remonetized. So this will be a lengthy video going into the ins and outs of CoinMarketCap, why you need it, how you use it, and how it's going to benefit you in the future when you're trying to invest in cryptocurrency. I will add in the tags and the description box that take you to each part so that if you only need to know about a certain part of CoinMarketCap.com, you can get there. But this will be a long video, so I'm prepping you ahead of time, but I'll have it subheaded so you can get right to the part you need. CoinMarketCap is your one-stop shop for cryptocurrency. It goes into so much detail about cryptocurrencies. It takes you into the different categories of cryptocurrency. It talks about NFTs, it talks about DeFi, just some cool stuff. So if you sit through the first part of the video, I'll talk about the layout and you're clicking into the coins and all that. But in the very last part of the video, I'm going to go through all the tabs like categories. If you want to know what type of healthcare industry cryptocurrencies are out there, bam, there's a button for it. If you want to know about what DeFi coins are out there, bam, there's a button for it. So I'm going to go into all that. Feel free to look in the description box and click into what you want. If you enjoy this content or if you're a carryover from the Real Teddy Talks, please do subscribe to my new channel, please, and hit the notification bell so you can see when I'm putting out new videos. I'm going to be putting them out fast and furious over these next few weeks so that I can get my watch time up and get monetized again. I think that's it, so let's get right into it. So where I'm at right now is CoinMarketCap.com. This is the website of choice the website of my choice for my cryptocurrency initiation, research, if I want to know more about a coin, if I want to know more about a subset of cryptocurrency, even delving a little bit into blockchain. I use CoinMarketCap.com. I like the dark screen. I don't know why. It makes me feel like I am doing something ultra important, right? So if you ever want to change the screen from a light to dark, right here at the top, you see the moon. You can click on the moon. It can go from white. Click on the moon again. It's going to go to dark. So that's how you change that. That's always a question. So that's it. So let's go over the basic layout of CoinMarketCap.com. At the very top here, you can see that it lists a few things that are important. It lists all the cryptocurrencies up here, and we're up to upwards of 11,000. I remember when I started doing cryptocurrency videos back in 2017, there may have been 4,000 maybe. So a lot has happened in these last 4.5, 5 years. And even in the last 6 months, this number has grown almost 1,000 cryptocurrencies. So I will tell you that it's not hard to create a cryptocurrency, and most cryptocurrencies are created alike, and majority of them are junk, all right? So out of the 11,000 almost cryptocurrencies, 97% of them are probably junk. Keep that in mind as you're investing and determine what your goal is, right? Next is going to list at the top here the exchanges. There are 385 exchanges, and we're going to go into these later. I just want to kind of orient you to this. Next is the market cap, market capitalization. In cryptocurrency, the market capitalization is each crypto's price multiplied by their circulating supply. So Bitcoin, for instance, its price is 31,268 times the 18 million circulating supply gives you this market cap of 587 billion, all right? And that's all the market capitalization is. So it's how much money is sitting in that currency at that time. As the price drops on a certain currency, the market cap drops as well. So if this were to be, if Bitcoin were to finally drop down to the predicted prices of 25,000 or 20,000 in the next few days, for instance, it would significantly reduce the market capitalization. So the total market cap is all of those market caps from the whole 10,000 cryptos in one number, all right? So we're sitting at over here, $1.25 trillion in cryptocurrency, which is jarring because just about a month ago, we were upwards of $2.4 trillion. So we've lost a significant amount of market capitalization in cryptocurrency over the last month or so. But that's okay because markets do that. And it's the up and down of the market, especially the cryptocurrency market, that makes it great to invest in because you can make money. And as long as you're investing in good projects, you won't necessarily lose money unless you sell at a loss, right? So just hold it, it will come back again. The next part at the top, 24-hour volume. That's how much cryptocurrency has changed hands in the last 24 hours. Bought, sold, traded. That is that number. We're sitting at $47 billion has traded in the last 24 hours. That's 47 billion of this 1.2 trillion, all right? The next little part here is dominance. This is Bitcoin and Ethereum. Of the market cap of $1.25 trillion, 47% of that is in the Bitcoin market cap. And Ethereum, same, 17.5% of that is sitting in the Ethereum market cap. And the next is, the final one is ETH gas, and that's just telling you how much Gwei, I say Gwei, I really don't know how it's pronounced because it looks like that's how it's spelled, it's going to charge you to move certain monies. We'll get into that in future videos, but it's just good to know. This is telling you the average Gwei right now. Then we're going to move on down. Now we have Coinmarketcap. If you're ever on any other window and you want to get back to this homepage, click the Coinmarketcap logo and it'll take you right back to this homepage. This site is broken up into several things. It's going to show you all the cryptocurrencies, which is this main page I'm at right now. It defaults to show you 100 cryptocurrencies, and they're sorted by their market capitalization. The highest market capitalization first. So when people say a top 5 or a top 10 coin, they're talking about those numbers by market capitalization alone. And I say that I have to specify that because Doge is on here. And Doge is sitting at number 8 on this list. You would think that infers that Doge is a great coin to invest in because it's sitting in the top 10, right? That's what I would think as someone who's new to cryptocurrency. That is a false impression, okay? Doge just has a large market cap, and that's why it's sitting at number 8. It speaks nothing of the project, the team, the platform itself, the future, nothing, all right? So just because it's sitting in the top 5 or top 10, because Doge, I think at one point was in the top 5 when it had its surge a few months back, doesn't mean it's a great coin to invest in. So keep that in mind. So that's how it's sorted. Then we have exchanges. And this is going to list for you all the exchanges out there where you can buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency. All exchanges are not created alike. Some do things others can't. Some you can deposit your fiat currency directly from your bank. Some you can't, and some require you to transfer money from another exchange where you could deposit your fiat currency to that exchange. It's good and bad. It has its benefits and its negatives. Usually the benefit is you don't require so much for the KYC, the Know Your Customer, or the AML, anti-money laundering. Meaning some exchanges, you can open an account, it doesn't ask you 5,000 questions and make you prove your identity 5 different times because you're not depositing fiat currency in there from a bank account, so they potentially have less regulation. It's bad because then you don't know if you can really trust that exchange. You don't know if that exchange could just close overnight and take all your crypto with it. You don't know the regulation behind it. So these are all things you kind of have to be concerned about. There are some popular ones that are FDIC insured and fall within U.S. regulation, even though I'm in Cairo, Egypt. I'm an American. So U.S. regulation, UK regulation, good for Australia and other countries that are a little more stringent upon the requirements for that exchange to exist within their country. And I'm just going to name a few. That's Coinbase.com, Coinbase Pro, Binance.us I use, Gate.io I use. Then there's others like Gemini, Kraken, Crypto.com. Those are becoming more popular. I try to stick to as few exchanges as possible. With that said, I have accounts at least 10 exchanges, maybe upwards of 15, because over the years, I mean, may even be 20. Over the years, I've had to get a lot of accounts because the coins I wanted weren't always available on the platform I had. So I had to create another account. It's good to have at least several exchanges under your belt, meaning you've got an account on there, you've gone through the KYC, the Know Your Customer, because if a hot coin comes out and you want to get in early, the KYC process, the Know Your Customer process can take sometimes a whole day, if not days. And if you're trying to buy something on its way up, you don't have the liberty of waiting, right? So get it done, get yourself an account on several exchanges just so you have those options. The ones I named first are perfect ones to get started with. Let's see, NFTs, non-fungible tokens. Those are interesting. I have a whole separate video for that, so we'll get into that, but I will click on this tab because it's gonna be a long video. So I'm just gonna go through it. Portfolio. If you wanna create an account, log in, sign up, on Coinmarketcap, you can keep track of all of your trades in one location for free. So if you want to get an account on Coinmarketcap, you don't need to use it. As you see, I'm not logged in. You can do that, and then you can track all your purchases on the portfolio tab, and that way you can see how your portfolio is going up and down with the market. You can create a watch list by clicking, having your account, and then clicking the little star button here next to the cryptocurrency, and it adds it to your watch list. You can have several different watch lists, like small cap crypto on the move, large cap trader, like your ride or dies, your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, maybe your Binance, right? You can make in a watch list that says the ones I'm looking at, thinking about, whatever. It's your option, just like you do with stocks. If you have a brokerage account, you can do that there. Calendar shows you things that are coming out, airdrops, ICOs, initial coin offerings that are coming out, and a few other things. Products, I won't go too much into that, but that's a tab. And then the Learn tab, I like this. When you click on the Learn tab, it takes you into some crypto education. Because if you're just getting into crypto, and if you're watching this video, you probably are, I think this would be a good video for you to get an overall understanding. Most of my videos are like 10 minutes or less, but again, I'm trying to get my watch time up, and I need these longer videos to do that, and I just really want you to get full value. As a YouTuber, it would behoove me to cut this video into 10 different parts and then show you that way, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it all in one video because I want you to get all of it in one place. So let's dive in. All right. So looking at the layout of this homepage, I told you all of these cryptocurrencies are sorted by market cap, highest market cap to lowest market cap. The front runner in market cap now and probably for the significant future is Bitcoin, sitting at 586 billion with a B, bravo for you military folk, bravo, dollars sitting in there. And that makes it one of my favorite cryptocurrencies. It is the gold standard. It is the original cryptocurrency. And it's the currency I feel that will outlast these almost 11,000 cryptos. Bitcoin will do it. Just because there's so much infrastructure built around Bitcoin. There's so much infrastructure built on Ethereum, but a lot of infrastructure is built around Bitcoin. So when cryptocurrency gets adopted in all these other places, they're adopting Bitcoin usually first, and not necessarily any of the other 10,952 cryptocurrencies. So it is the leader. I'm gonna do like what you do in class. You have your foot stomp. This is my foot stomp. If cryptocurrency is overwhelming for you and you find yourself getting nervous about investing in it because of the volatility, I recommend you invest over time, dollar cost average, into Bitcoin. I recommend Bitcoin and Ethereum, and Binance is under some regulatory scrutiny right now in various countries. So I used to say Binance, I'm not recommending that one as much, but Bitcoin, Ethereum. Over my almost 5 years of investing in cryptocurrency, had I only invested in Bitcoin and Ethereum, instead of investing in so many other cryptocurrencies, I would probably be exactly where I'm at financially in my portfolio, my crypto portfolio, or better. All right. When I started investing in Bitcoin, it was $1,000 a coin. When I started investing in Ethereum, it ranged between like $20 in Ethereum, then went up to about $175 in Ethereum. At the peak, these things, Bitcoin was at 60,000 plus, Ethereum was at 4,000 plus just this year. So I say all that to say, although I've made a lot of money in a lot of other coins that have 100 times or more, I would have made just as much money, if not more, had I only invested in Bitcoin and Ethereum instead of the first $10,000 that I had to invest. If I hadn't spread it across the spectrum, I would have, and just focused my investing, I would have done just as good. So that is my new strategy for 2021, is not to not invest in any altcoins other than Ethereum, but to focus my accumulation on Bitcoin and Ethereum and see what happens with that. So I still do buy into a few others. I buy into Cardano. I buy into Polkadot. I like Anchor. I like Zill. I like Uniswap, just because those are going places, but I'm just really not all over the place like I used to be. I used to be all over the place, not accumulating like I should, so I've kind of narrowed it down. All right, so everything is ordered by market capitalization. So if you ever wanted to click on any of these other headers, like price, then it's going to reorganize that by that number, by the price. But keep in mind, these ranking numbers here are all surfaced back to the market cap. So the ranking scheme is still market cap, these numbers on the left. But you can sort by any of these columns. If you want to see who was the largest gainer in the last 24 hours, then you would click the 24-hour one. And I had to click it twice because it did descending order. And it did increasing order. Now it's doing descending order. So the biggest mover today is Clay. One thing is like kind of glaring to me, which is in the last 24 hours today's the 20th of July, I think. Might not be lying. Yeah, it's the 19th of July. The market's down. If you hadn't noticed from all the red on the screen, the market's down. So the largest movement we had in 24 hours on this screen, the 100 rows we have, is this coin called Clay. I don't know anything about it, but it's only moved 2.62. And for those of you who have been in crypto for a little while, you know that is quite unusual. I mean, we see 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70% gains and losses in one day. So that's jarring. All right, so moving over, let me get this back to market cap. There we go. So this is our 100 market, our 100 top cryptocurrencies sorted by market cap, the original look. So the first, I guess it's not the first column. The first column is how you can click on the watch list and add a coin to the watch list. The second column is showing you the rank order by market cap of what's on this screen. The screen is only showing the first 100. If you want to go past the first 100, then you can go all the way to the bottom and click these pages down here. But this is going to be sorted by the top 100, and all the sorts that I clicked on for the columns within that are still these first 100. So that's the second column. The third column is the name of the cryptocurrency. So if you're searching for a coin, you don't know exactly what it is, you can go up here into the search box and type in a coin that you are looking for. There's a new NFT game called, I don't know if it's new, I just heard about it a couple weeks ago. It's called Axie Infinity. So I don't know, it's Axie something. I type Axie, boom, there it is, Axie Infinity. I can click on it, it'll take me into that coin. The fourth column is price. That's telling you how much in US dollars, because that's what I have marked up here, US dollars. If I was in Britain or somewhere in Europe, I might have the euro or the British pound or wherever currency in the country I'm in. So I'm in US dollars, even though I'm in Egypt, and that's how that's sorted. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth column is 24-hour percent change. That's how much that coin has changed in the last 24 hours from this moment. So if it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it's going 24 hours back to 2 o'clock the day previous. If it's midnight, then it's going 24 hours back to midnight the day previous. So every minute, this 24-hour percentage is going to change. It's not like a full day, as in starting at 6 a.m., ending at 5:59 the next day. No, it's from the minute you're at, it goes 24 hours back from there. The next column, the 7-day percent change. So that is a better picture of what that coin is actually doing. How is that coin changing on a 7-day stream? So overall in 7 days, Bitcoin is down almost 7%. So it's heading downward. And just to skip to the last column so you can see that, you can also tell by the last 7 days graph over here what that looks like. Because you can see some days Bitcoin was actually on the rise. We have a couple of runs here where it's going up and down, up and down. So it wasn't always on the decline. But overall, in the last 7 days, it's down 7. And that's why it makes it red, because overall it's on a downward slope. If it was on an upward slope, even if it had some dips over the last 7 days, this red graph would turn green. All right. You see how Bitcoin just turned, I don't know if you saw that, how it just turned green like that. That means it must have moved a penny or a millipenny up or down. And that's why it flashed green like that for a moment. Okay, the next column is market capitalization. As I told you, market cap is price multiplied by circulating supply, not total supply, not coins that aren't out yet into the market because they're minting new ones or creating new ones on the blockchain. These are ones that are actually circulating. And if you forget what that is, hover over this I right there and it tells you the total market cap value of cryptocurrency circulating supply. Market cap equals current price times circulating supply. Don't take my word. I will hardly say anything that you can't verify by going to another source. So that's market capitalization. The next column, 24-hour volume for Bitcoin, that has been 17.9 billion, almost 18. That is how much money in Bitcoin has exchanged hands in the last 24 hours. That's bought, sold, traded, exchanged. All right, that is how much, $17.9 billion. Again, if you don't understand what that column is or you forget, it's going to tell you right there when you hover over the I, and it gives you an option to read more. So if you want to even learn more about volume and how Coinmarketcap.com tracks that volume, you click on that I button. Next column, circulating supply. Now this one can be tricky because there's two kinds of supply in cryptocurrency. There's the kind that's circulating, and that's this one. It's showing you what's actually in the hands of the public. It's relating it to flowing shares in the stock market. So Bitcoin has 18.76 million coins in circulation. However, if I hover over this I here on the Bitcoin tab, it's showing me two things. It's showing me circulating supply and compared to their max supply. So although there's 18.76 million in circulating supply, Bitcoin will mint and create 21 million Bitcoin through its life. This is important to know because people that are crapping on Bitcoin, I think don't realize, or they just really trying to be like gimmicky with the altcoins that they like, because there's eventually going to be a point where Bitcoin is going to reach its max supply. And when you think about supply and demand, when something reaches its max supply and the supply is decreased, but the demand stays the same or increases, that increases the value of that thing. So this is another reason I think it's important for you, if you're getting into cryptocurrency or interested in it, to begin accumulating Bitcoin, because Bitcoin has not an expiration date, but it has a max supply date. And you want to have some Bitcoin, not pieces of it, like whole Bitcoins in hand by that time, because after that point, it's going to be harder to get. The only way you get it if somebody is selling it. So you want to be on that train, holding some Bitcoin before it maxes out. Just my opinion, in my humble opinion. And then the last column we already went over, which was showing you the last 7 days and what the market curve is doing. Alrighty. So let's go into the actual coin themselves. We'll start with Bitcoin. Oh, there's an option to buy. I think you can buy cryptocurrency through Coinmarketcap. I have never clicked this button because I'm not interested in buying any cryptos through Coinmarketcap. I'd rather use the exchanges that I have. So maybe one day I'll click the button and see where it takes me. I don't think Coinmarketcap has its own exchange, but it's going to take me somewhere to where I can buy another exchange, I'm sure. All right, let's go into the coin. So Just so let me orient myself with this. What does this look like? So overall today, if I'm coming on this and I come on here every single day, I'm going to say, what is the market doing? The market is down. The reason I know it's down, just my subliminal messages, right? I see a lot of red. The red and the 24-hour percent change, 7-day percent change, last 7-day graph. It's red. Most of it's red. So I'm like, okay, it's a down day for the market. It's a down week for the market because this column, the 7-day percent change, that column is mostly red, all red. So it's a down week for cryptocurrency. That tells me that the cryptocurrency market is on a down slope. We were in a raging bull market in the last several months, and the last month has been kind of trepidatious. So are we exiting the bull market into a bear market? I don't know. I'm not going to bet against myself or for myself, but I am going to tell you that I am a long-term holder of crypto. I believe in cryptocurrency. I believe in the blockchain. So this means another signal of red is that everything is on sale. And I used to be a hyper consumer and buy a whole bunch of stuff for no reason. I have now traded that profession and that habit and that hobby for buying investments. So I'm an investment accumulator. So I look at this and I say, all of the coins I want are on sale. Let me see what I have so that I can accumulate more. I'm willing to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum at any time. When it's high, when it's low, I buy it because I don't know what the market's going to do. Being an early adopter of cryptocurrency, I have found out that trying to time the market is impossible, and it's a fruitless task for me. But I believe in Bitcoin. I believe in Ethereum. So I'm going to buy it no matter what. I would love to buy it when it's lower than when it's higher. But honestly, my concept of high and low when it comes to cryptocurrency is so freaking jaded. I thought when Bitcoin got to 1,500, it was high. I was like, oh, it's getting so high. Maybe it's too high. Maybe I should wait till it falls back down again. That kind of thinking, y'all, made me miss out on some money, okay? It's all relative. When I bought my first $1,000 Bitcoin and $1,500 Bitcoin, I had no idea it would ever hit 30,000, let alone 60,000 plus a coin. So don't let your small thinking put you in a box and missing out on opportunity. I always tell the people who take my courses, people watching my channel, ask yourself one question. Do you believe in cryptocurrency? Do you believe in the future of cryptocurrency? If the answer is yes, you are safe in buying Bitcoin and Ethereum at any time. If the answer is no, I beckon you to do more research so you can get to yes, because this will be something you look back on and say, man, why didn't I figure it out and really get in there if you don't decide to do it? I have a girlfriend who first heard about Bitcoin. What year did she say? I think she said 2014, maybe 2017. She remembers specifically the moment she heard about it. And the first thing she did was she went into work and she asked her coworkers about it, and nobody knew what it was. They didn't know what Bitcoin was and have anything good to say about it. So she dismissed it. And she regrets that moment, because had she just done a little bit more research and talked to some different people who actually knew what they were talking about, she may have gotten invested back then. But it's never too late to make good decisions, all right? So the market's down. To me, that's a sale day. To me, that's us potentially coming out of a bull cycle into a more stable cycle or into a bear cycle. They're not the same thing. We could have balanced out, and this may be the price for the next 3 months, 6 months. But these prices can come down even further, all right? There's a lot of people who are going to try to tell you they know what the price of Bitcoin is going to be in a month, 2 months, 6 months. They are lying. They don't know. Even the whales, even the ultra billionaires that are invested in cryptocurrency and manipulating the market themselves, they don't even know what the price of Bitcoin is going to be in 3 months. So how can the average Joe, right? And if that person does know, I guarantee you he's putting his money and his time into plotting that date, and he ain't making no YouTube videos, all right? So I'm not that person. I'm just saying everything's on sale that I'm going to buy. The next thing I look at, so if I'm looking at a coin to invest in, I want to see where it's at on the top 5, 10, 25, whatever. I told you, I like Bitcoin. I like Ethereum. I like Binance, even though it's under some regulatory scrutiny, but Binance has made me a lot of money. I was buying into Binance when it was like $18. So I understand it's owned by the Chinese. I understand that there's a lot of countries that don't like Binance.com. The USA is one of them. Binance.com used to be in the US. Didn't meet regulatory guidance and restrictions, and they got booted out. And they booted us that were on Binance.com out. In replacement, they created Binance.us, which is nowhere near as good, nowhere near as powerful, and not as many options, not as much cryptocurrency on there. The Binance Smart Chain isn't as accessible on Binance.us, but it's something. But Binance.com is definitely going places. It was one of the earlier exchanges, and despite the negative play lately, I think it's still going somewhere. So it's always something that when I have extra money, I invest in. I like Cardano. Cardano is pegged to be the Ethereum killer. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to kill Ethereum. I do think that it potentially is going to do what Ethereum can do now, only faster, better, and cheaper. That is what they are advertising. That is what they're hoping for. And that is what I'm investing in every time I put my $1.15 or upwards of $2.34 when it was at its peak in. I'm hoping that I'm right. I'm hoping to see Cardano 5 to 7 times in the next 7 months. But over the long run, the next 3 to 4 years, I'm looking to make some money off of Cardano, ADA. Keep in mind, though, as I told you, about 97% of cryptocurrencies, Cardano hasn't actually created the thing. You know, it's creating things, it's meeting its milestones, it has a roadmap, has all the stuff we love when we're looking for if we should invest in a cryptocurrency or not. But it hasn't created the thing that it's trying to create, so it is still a work in progress. So you're buying into the hope and the potential. Some people date that way. You date someone because they have potential and they have hope. And any of you who have done that, you know that doesn't always end up on the right side. Okay, so fingers crossed, we're hoping for Cardano. Skipping. Polkadot. I like Polkadot. It has its own ecosystem, so it is building. And I want to say DOT has been upwards of like $40 in the last few months. So this is a good sell day for Polkadot. Polkadot was listed on Coinbase a few weeks ago. So it's a good one. It's accessible. I like it. Uniswap, not bad either. Uniswap is definitely a platform that gives you access to cryptocurrencies that you wouldn't have had access to from your traditional exchanges. So the platform itself, you can buy Uniswap on Coinbase, but you can't use Uniswap on Coinbase. You have to be on the Uniswap platform. You can buy those obscure altcoins by just swapping into them from Ethereum usually, or wrapped Ethereum. So that's always an option. And that's about, I then went out of the first 10, I'm into the 11. Litecoin's been around from darn near the beginning as well. Price fluctuations have been good. Would I invest more in Litecoin now? I don't know. I'm kind of upset because when I sold a good chunk of Litecoin, I sold at maybe $40, and I bought into Litecoin when it was like $12 and $15. So I did make a decent profit from that sale, but as you can see, it's up to $115 now. So that's what I told you about that skewing of how you think. You are looking at a snapshot in a moment in time. Crypto is so new, still so new. We don't know where it's going. So don't let these numbers limit the potential. You cannot think small in crypto. You have to think way bigger than you think you need to think. Also, from that red look of everything on the screen, at the top here, it says the global cryptocurrency market cap is at 1.27 trillion, which is this number up here, and it has decreased by 2.62% over the last day. So this is the overall market has decreased. So that's also how you know it's red. All right, so I'm gonna do break, and then I'm gonna take you into a coin so you can see what the tabs look like. So let's go into Bitcoin. When I click into Bitcoin, it's going to give me a lot more information, a lot more data about this coin. And we'll do another coin just so you can see. I like Bitcoins. It's the standard. and it's easy to understand. Bitcoin, it tells you it's ranking right here at the top. It tells you it's a coin and not a token. People ask, what's the difference between a coin and a token? A coin has its own blockchain. It's sitting on its own blockchain. You'll hear me say a lot in my videos. I say the blockchain. And it's just something I've kind of been in the habit of saying. But when I say the blockchain, I am not inferring that there's only one blockchain, because each coin has its own blockchain. Ethereum has its own blockchain, all right? So if it's a coin, it has its own blockchain. But if it's a token, that cryptocurrency is operating on top of another blockchain. So let's see, I think Binance is sitting on the Ethereum blockchain. So it's a token on top of a blockchain. And there's a lot of them like that. I just blanked on like giving you some better examples, but a lot of tokens sit on top of a blockchain. They don't have their own. That's the only difference. You can make money off of all of them, okay? This is also telling you that 1.8 million people have Bitcoin on their watch list, okay? I guess that's to help lend you to the popularity of that coin. This is also showing you, again, a snapshot on the current price of Bitcoin in US dollars, again, because that's what I chose up here. The overall change in the day, 24 hours of Bitcoin is here. This gives you an opportunity to buy it, exchange it. Again, it says sponsored, right? So it's going to take you somewhere else to where you can buy it. And Coinmarketcap will get a little piece of that if you click that button. All right, in the top left of all of these coins, you're going to see some information that's important over here. Right here is going to tell you the official website of Bitcoin, bitcoin.org. The reason you need to know that is when you want to get into the research phase of buying cryptocurrency, you need to know what the official website is. Otherwise, you're going to click on something like bitcoin.com and it won't be the official page, but you'll think it's the official page and you'll take the information there at face value and not realize it's probably some kind of sponsored content. It's predictive, it's skewed, it's jaded, whatever the case may be. So you want to get your information from the source. And if you're not getting it from the source, you need to know that that's not the source. So you can, weight it accordingly. Let's see here. The explorers, this is how you can get to the blockchain, how you can see it, get more information on it, and potentially some of the source coding may be available on those as well. The community tab, this is important because if you want to know what people are talking about within that community, each coin should Footstomp have its own community, whether it's on Reddit, Telegram, Discord, Facebook, Twitter, wherever it's hot and there are people actively talking about it. The developers of that coin or token, they're on that community talking about it as well. You want to know what those are. It has bitcointalk.org and reddit.com. Those are the two largest communities of Bitcoin. Those are not the only communities. Those are probably just the largest and those sponsored by Bitcoin. You want to be on there. You want to know what they're talking about. You want to know what they're saying. You want to know if the developers are on there and they're helping answer people's questions. They're getting them excited about this new milestone they're going to hit, etc. The community is definitely one of the 6 steps I use when it comes to researching, so I know something's worth investing in or not. The community makes a big difference. Doge. Why did Doge become so popular in the last, couple of months ago? And, 20 times, 50 times in value. Their community played a large part in that. So if you want to get into a coin that doesn't have a community, get in at your own risk. This tab here for source code, it tells you the source code for Bitcoin. And then the last one on this screen is the white paper. The white paper is the original paper, like a summary research paper written for that coin. It was written by, Satoshi Nakamoto, and it shows his original intent for Bitcoin. And it's funny to read, even if you read the first few paragraphs, because the intent of Bitcoin has changed significantly. It's supposed to be a peer-to-peer use of exchange to buy things. I'm going to go to the store, I'm going to use my Bitcoin to buy it. And we're leaps and bounds away from that because Bitcoin is too volatile to be considered peer-to-peer exchange. I would never buy something that's going to hold value or lose value with Bitcoin. I would never purchase a vehicle a Tesla or any other car for that matter with Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a potential to moon significantly, go up, up, up and away. There's no way I'm buying a house or a car or anything else with it because those items are not going to increase in value the way Bitcoin can. So when I buy Bitcoin, I buy it to hold it, not to buy anything with it. But that's not what it was invented for, but that is what it has turned into now. Let's tag store value. That's like an investment vehicle, right? I also heard this gentleman speaking the other day, and he was saying it's offensive to call Bitcoin a cryptocurrency because you can't use it like money because of its volatility, right? Its value to increase. The IRS has told you what Bitcoin is and cryptocurrency in general. They have considered it and classified it as an asset. That's why you pay capital gains tax on it when you buy, sell, or trade it or use it for payment. So the IRS in the US has told you it's an asset. You need to look at it as an asset. So when you are like fighting against mainstream thought and mainstream energy when it comes to cryptocurrency, and again, you're nervous about getting into it, you're nervous about if you should buy it or not, think about that. In 2014, all right, that is 7 years ago, probably before you even heard about your first Bitcoin, they classified cryptocurrency as an asset. And you know why they did it? They knew that digital currency was going to be hard to stop. They also knew that they wanted their piece of the pie. So by classifying as an asset, they're saying, we don't know where this thing is headed, but it's probably headed up. And if it's headed up, we want to get our piece of it. That's all you need to know. They classify it as an asset. You buy, sell, or trade it. You're going to have to pay a capital gains tax on it if you buy, sell, and trade it at a gain. Now you know what it is. So don't go buying Teslas with it. You buy that Bitcoin and you store it, all right? Again, sorry to go on my soapbox, but this is a longer video. I get the chance to. Next, we have the market cap, and this is just showing you the high value. The diluted market cap, that is if the max supply was in circulation, if the max supply was in circulation, that is what the market cap would be. I guess that's a number if you want to do a lot of projective analysis, but I just look at the actual market cap when doing my analysis myself. The 24-hour volume, that's showing you how much is bought, sold, and trade. When I want to buy a coin or a token, I'm looking at the volume comparative to the market cap. I want to see movement of about 20% of the market cap has been moved in the last 24 hours because that tells me that it's on people's minds. They're buy, selling, and trading it, and it's something happening with it. It's on the move. I care if my coin is on the move because if it's not on the move, unless I know something that everyone else doesn't know because I have some kind of inside track or inside information, I know what everybody else knows. And if everybody else knows that this is a good project, then they're going to be buy, selling, and trading it, all right? So it's good to have a 20% of the market cap movement in volume. And circulating supply, showing you that again. Now let's move over here to the right side before we get into the graphs and everything. It's going to show you on this bar here some Bitcoin statistics. And these are for each coin, they show you the same thing. Again, it's the same information, just now in a grid view. But also if you click the show more button here, you can see some different data. You can see the Bitcoin price. It's showing you the high and low of the previous day, the open and the close of the previous day, percentage change of the previous day. Because sometimes you don't want just today's number, and sometimes you don't want the 7-day number. Sometimes you want each day's number, all right? So this is going to show that for you. The volume on the previous day. This helps you analyze what you may want to do with it because you're seeing how it's moving over time and not just today. It tells you the 30-day low and the high, the 90-day low and high, and look at that. Bitcoin has been in the last 90 days as low as $28K, and it's been as high as almost $60,000 in the last 90 days. That is some serious movement. You can look at it as good, bad, or indifferent, but it's showing you that Bitcoin is still on the move, and there's opportunities to make money in the long run. It's showing its all-time low. It tells you how long that goes back, 8 years, $65. I tell you, anybody who bought Bitcoin at $65 probably doesn't have it today because unless they really believed in the future of it. So I have a whole video on The Real Teddy Talks. It talks about why I'd be glad you didn't buy it when you first heard about it. back when it was $100 or $10, because you probably wouldn't have it now anyway. All right. This return on investment is using this all-time low number, I'm sure. Let's see what it says. It says approximate return on investment if purchased at the time of launch. All right. So if you bought Bitcoin when it first launched, you'd have a 23,000% gain. Okay. Good to know. People who bought at that point probably aren't looking at this chart. All right. Shows you the circulating supply, all that over again. In the bottom right, it's just showing you trending coins in general. It's not telling you these are good coins to buy. It's not telling you these are in the top 100, which this one obviously isn't. These are all outside of the top 100 aside from Binance, but it's saying it's trending. I didn't know Binance would be on there. I love Binance. I always have to be honest about where it's at today, but I love Binance. All right, moving over here to these charts. The overview chart defaults to the chart, the graph, right? So if you want to look at Bitcoin over the life, you're seeing that in this graph. This starts at before 2014. So maybe this is 2013 all the way till today. And it's showing you up, up, up and away. If you look at the graph of the S&P 500 over the last 60, 70 years, it looks very similar with a lot more ups and downs, but it's been on the move. And imagine this jump right here. You see how it kind of goes up and comes back down? In another 2 or 3 years, this big blip is going to look just like this one. It's going to be even higher because it just goes, each high is a new high than the high before. But I believe in Bitcoin. You have to ask yourself, do you believe in it too? If you ever want to adjust what you're looking at on this, you can move the slider over. And you just want to look at it from when I got into Bitcoin, it was right about here. Let's see when that is. Nope, even before that. Yep, January 2017. That's where I got in. So I moved this slider and I'm right at January 2017. And let's see what it was. The price was, it was right at under $1,000, right under $1,000. And that's where it was when I got into Bitcoin. And like I said, had I just put my initial 10,000 only on Bitcoin or only in Ethereum at the time, who knows where I'd be, right? Okay, so if you want to even see a shorter time, you want to see what it's been doing in this last bull run, I'm going to go to about December of, I'm going to be in December of 20. And this is showing me what this last bull run it looked like. So you can adjust this chart however you want to. All right, let me go full on here back to where I was in the beginning. So then you can look at the price of Bitcoin. You can also click this tab here that says market cap, and it's showing you the market cap of Bitcoin, not just the price of Bitcoin, all right? And then the next tab you can click is the trading view. There's a website called tradingview.com. This is like I forget the word, but it's like an app within an app. So this is showing you, if you are on TradingView, this is what it would look like. I'll do another video to kind of go on this in more depth, but it defaults from Bitcoin to USDT. That is the pair that it's showing you. It's showing you the candlestick view, and it's showing you, let's see here, one day view. So if you ever want to increase the time interval and you want to see, for instance, 1 month, it's going to show you the 1 month view, and it changes here. Just say you don't want to look at the candlesticks. You like old school graphs. You click on the graph right here. It changes it to a graph for you. If I want to move this over, because I don't know why that started right where it was, but if I want to see where today is and then back a month, that is what this graph is showing you. And TradingView does a lot more cool stuff. So that'll be for a different video. So I'm going to click it back onto price. Scrolling down, this is going to give you some, it's like coded data. So every coin is going to tell you something about it, about its, where it's traded, what it is, etc. And there's code written behind this that kind of pulls that information in so that each paragraph for each coin reads well. But it just kind of highlights some things for you. If you want to know what a blockchain is, it's highlighted. You click on it, it'll take you there. It tells you about the white paper. I'm sure if you click on this, it'll take you to the white paper. Good reading when you're in the learning phase, and I'm always in the learning phase, so I'm always willing to learn more. So let's start clicking on these tabs. You want to click on the market tab. It's going to tell you where you can buy Bitcoin. The reason I wanted to do another coin in addition to Bitcoin is because you can buy Bitcoin on every exchange. So this is just going to list for you every single exchange that's out there. I need to do a different coin so you can see the restrictions on availability of some coins. So this isn't really a good indicator for Bitcoin because Bitcoin is the gold standard and you should be able to buy Bitcoin on every single exchange you go to. The next tab over, historical data. This is showing you day by day by day, open, close, the high, the low, the volume, the market cap. So people say, what was Bitcoin 30 days ago? You can go on here into historical data and you can find out. I don't know how far this goes back. I do know that there's an option to load more. I don't know how often it'll load for you, but this may be good for tax purposes if you need to know what you bought in at versus what you sold, etc. So that's a good tab to know where it was up to months previous. The holders tab, this is telling you how many people are holding Bitcoin, unique addresses, right? That's individual keys, private keys and exchanges that are holding Bitcoin. Again, Bitcoin, a lot of people have Bitcoin back in the day, back in 2017. I used to have Bitcoin just to buy other cryptocurrencies. For now, that has mostly changed over to Ethereum. And even from there, I use other coins like EOS to trade on, EOS. So it varies. But this is showing you in K, 38,450K, which is millions that are holding Bitcoins. Then we go into the wallet section. This tells you wallets that hold Bitcoin. Again, this should be every single wallet because Bitcoin is the gold standard. Any news that's up and available and important is going to pop up here. So if you want to know, where do I go to find out what's happening in Bitcoin? Who's talking about Bitcoin? Where is it going? You can click on this news tab and that will load for you. I don't have my VPN on. Okay, so it's taking a little while, but yeah, just telling you some news that's going on with Bitcoin. Feel free to click into those. I do look directly at Cointelegraph and Cointelegraph.com and Coindesk.com to get my crypto news. Then we have your socials, like your social media discussion points, and who's talking about it and what they're talking about it. And if you want to click on their topics to go into it. Let's see here. I don't know the ratings tab. I would take anything people rate something with a grain of salt, but it looks like this is rated as an A, whatever. People analyzing things to death, and I'm not for it. I like to do my own research and see what's going on. And this is some market analysis on Bitcoin. It's probably just looking at some fancy tools to get you to log into something and buy the monthly subscription for it. I'm showing you signals and whatnot, whatever. You can definitely use it. I'm not against it, but I'm a strong holder of Bitcoin and Ethereum, so I don't need all that stuff. And the price estimates. I've never clicked on this. Let's see here. Oh, this gives you the opportunity to submit the estimates you think Bitcoin will be at these dates. This is the blind leading the blind, okay, people? You don't know who clicks on this button and if they have any knowledge, which is no knowledge because nobody knows what Bitcoin is going to be on these dates. So I wouldn't even go to that tab. All right, enough about that. So I think that's about the basic overview on the home page and when you click into a coin. Let me go into a different one just so you can see it. Let's do Cardano. I like to use Cardano because it's a good one. It's on the move, but it's not available everywhere. Same stuff, same view. I'm going to click into the market tab here though, so you can see what markets have Cardano. As you can see, it's not as many options as Bitcoin. Binance is on here a lot because they have the different pairs. Sometimes you can get a coin on a certain platform that only has one pair. It may only pair to USDT. USDT is Tether. It's like one of the stable coins that stays at a US dollar. Or ADA may only pair with Bitcoin, or ADA may only pair with Ethereum. So that restricts you because you can't just buy it with anything. You have to buy it with one of those pairs. But you can get Cardano on most exchanges that I've mentioned before that I use. KuCoin, Kraken, not regular Binance. I'm a Binance.us girl because I'm in the US, right? So Binance.us, Coinbase Exchange. Anything you can get on Coinbase, you can get on Coinbase Pro. I'm going to do another video about Coinbase Pro so you know why you need it, why you want to use it, etc., etc. Now let's go back to the home screen. All right, Romel, this is Coinbase part 2. All right. So now we're back to the main Coinbase homepage. And I did a lot of in-depth about what these columns are, all that. But now I'm going to show you some good stuff that you probably don't even know is there. So when you look at the layout with the coin names, prices, all that, you're going to see up here that we have cryptocurrencies, which is where we are now. The next one over is categories. So you may ask yourself, what are these categories? These categories are really cool. They break out all of the 10,958 cryptocurrencies by the type of category it falls into. So if it focuses on research, then it's there. If it focuses on, let's see another good one, sports, you'll find that there. Gambling, those of you getting into some coins that may get into the gambling phase. And I have very strong feelings about gambling in general outside of investing. But there are a lot of people who gamble, and a lot of people who get into cryptocurrency have that mentality. So that is one of those fields or one of those categories you can get into, invest in, because so many people are fixated and have a what I want to say, I don't want to say an addiction, but they really like to gamble. So there is potential for money to be made buying into a gambling platform. Not gambling yourself, no, but buying into the gambling platform. Decentralized exchange, that's a great category. Let's see what else. The Polkadot ecosystem, you guys know I'm a fan of Polkadot, so that would be a good category. Health is another good one. So anyway, if you want to look at these cryptocurrencies by their category, that is how you do it. Clicking on the category tab. And then once you click into there, I'm really trying to find one I really like. Let's see here. Let's say gaming. So I'm going to click into the gaming platform. Right at the top, Axie Infinity. I just found out about Axie Infinity a couple weeks ago. It was at $6 at that time. So these are games. Axie Infinity is an NFT game, but these all fall under the gaming category. So you can see what's in there and what's there to choose from. And if I go back to the page I was just on, where gaming is, you go a couple of columns over, it's going to show you the top gainers within that category. So if you want to know which coin is on the move within these categories, that's what's going to default to show you here in that like 4th or 5th column. So it's really cool, really something interesting to look at. They list their market cap, etc. The next tab over is DeFi, decentralized finance. DeFi is the wave of future of cryptocurrency. It is boxing out the banks, and it's directly putting the person next to the money that they want, the money they want to gain via staking or interest. Think of staking like you do a bond, right? So you buy a U.S. savings bond, or you buy a certificate of deposit from the bank, and you tell the bank, I'm gonna let you hold onto my money for 6 months or a year or 3 months or a year and a half. And in return for that, you're going to pay me back an interest rate of 1.5%, 3%, 4%, probably no percents now with regular banks. But that's your commitment. If you pull your money out early, you get penalized. But if you leave your money in there, the term of your agreement, you get that percentage. Staking is much like the same way. You give a platform like BlockFi your cryptocurrency to hold, and maybe there is a stipulation you have to hold it there for a month, 2 months, 3 months, but sometimes that's not even the case. So you get that interest from letting them stake your money. There's also credit cards, debit cards, and loans. So DeFi, decentralized finance, is also blocking the banks out on loans. Just say I bought in 2017 5 Bitcoin. Those 5 Bitcoin are now worth $150,000 today, $300,000 a couple months ago. And I don't want to sell my Bitcoin, but I need some cash. So I can let one of these DeFi platforms hold on to half of my Bitcoin. In exchange, they lend me $15,000. They have the asset in their hand. The IRS has dubbed it as an asset. They give me the cash at a certain interest rate. I pay back the cash. I get my Bitcoin back. Easy trade, no banks involved. It's a win-win for everyone. So DeFi is definitely, if you're looking for a way to get into cryptocurrency, and that's going to be a wave of the future, it's going to be the next big thing in cryptocurrency. I honestly believe DeFi is that. So when you click on that tab, it just sorts these coins by their market cap and their DeFi ability. So if you want to get invested in DeFi, Click on this tab and you can invest in any of these. You can even look at the top 5, the top 2, click on them, do some more research, find one you like. Next tab over, NFTs, non-fungible tokens. These are immutable tokens that represent something. They can represent land, they can represent art, digital music, certain sounds, certain pictures, so many more things. So it kind of had its heyday back in March of 2021. It's been around for a couple years. There's several platforms that sell NFTs. OpenSea is one. So Rare is another one. And there's another one that's slipping my mind. NBA Top Shot, I think it's called, or Hot Shot. That's another one. So NFTs are still around. I think there's still ways to make money into buying into NFTs. My husband's into a horse racing, building, breeding platform called Zed.Run, loves it. So NFTs are out there. It's a way to make money. The next couple are just the ecosystems. We have Polkadot, which I told you I like Polkadot. So on the Polkadot ecosystem, you can find all these coins available. And these projects, they list them in default by market capitalization. Binance Smart Chain, BSC, is the same way. BSC works with a lot of the swap platforms and directly with Binance. I don't know anything about the Solana tab. I'm assuming it's an ecosystem as well. Yes, Solana is an ecosystem listed by market cap. I don't know about Hecko either. I'm assuming it's the same Hecko ecosystem. And yield farming. I'm gonna have to do a separate video on yield farming. It's something I really wanted to get into. It's like staking. It's like hedging a bet against staking platforms. It's kind of complicated. So I'll say that for a different platform. But if you want to know more about yield farming and what's in it, you can click on that yield farming tab. Rounding this video, this very long video, I'm gonna round it out and I'm gonna show you some stuff here at the top. Now, I told you before, you can create a portfolio on Coinmarketcap, and then you can track all of your cryptocurrencies. You can track your buys and your sells of cryptocurrency. Love that feature. Watch list is also if you create an account. Calendar is the same way. But there's a tab here called products. And when you click into products, I'm going to go into converter. That's a really good one. If you want to know what a certain currency is trading for, whether it's US dollars or British pounds or another currency, you can just look it up in here. So you say 1 Bitcoin, what is that worth in Ethereum? And it's going to tell you 1 Bitcoin is 16.84 Ethereum. I love this converter. It helps you do quick math in your head, and it gives you the ability to save the conversion if you have your account and you're logged in. So I like that feature, calculator converter. Next, we have the blockchain explorer that I wanted to touch on. So there's a website called etherscan.io. There's a Bitcoin Explorer. Basically, this is the place where you can find all of the transactions on that blockchain, all right? So if you want to know who has their own blockchains, these are them. So on Etherscan, so Ethereum blockchain, if you want to find a transaction, one of your transactions that you did transferring Ethereum, you can go on here. Every transaction is going to list a code like this, or the hash ID, your hash ID like this one. You copy and paste that from your transaction, paste it here, hit enter, and it'll pull up your transaction. So if you want to see all of the transactions that ever took place on the blockchain, which makes the blockchain beautiful because everything is trackable, you can find it in here. How many pages is that? 1,285,851 pages of transactions. So everything on the blockchain that happens is listed as data on the blockchain, and that's searchable. That's why people love cryptocurrency, and that's why it is the wave of the future. There's very little, definitely fraud can happen, but it's not as easily when it's so tracked like that. What other one? Interest. The interest tab is going to show you what some of these platforms are offering to hold onto your crypto for you. So it's like the staking, the DeFi, and the holding of crypto. You let them hold onto it for you, they pay interest rates. Besides this 1% down here, and I don't know for which coin it's for, there ain't no bank paying you, nothing like that. So if you have cash that's above and beyond your emergency fund, and you trust crypto and you believe in it, then this may be a good way for you to make some extra money, extra interest, not extra money, but holding your money in one of these interest-bearing accounts for cryptocurrency would do you a lot more good than holding it in a traditional savings account. But you have to believe in the blockchain. You have to believe it's going to be around a year, 2, 3, 5 from now. If you don't believe those things, cryptocurrency really isn't for you, and letting a DeFi platform hold your money is not for you either. So it goes back to your belief in cryptocurrency. And I'm not here to think for you and give you any opinions aside from that. And finally, one thing I liked, there's 2 things I like. Where is this? Is it the widget? That's it, the widget. That's one thing I wanted to show. So I have my own website, 365dayexitstrategy.com, where I focus on giving people information on how to exit their traditional 9-to-5 jobs. On there, I talk a lot about cryptocurrency as well. So if I wanted to have like a ticker, for instance, a marquee go across the bottom or top of my website, I could get that from Coinmarketcap.com, and I love that. So I could put my top 5 picks on this marquee, and I can put it on my website. So I just found this today. I do plan on using it. So if you have your own platform, you can display crypto tickers, marquees, and blocks on your website. Love that feature. And the last thing I wanted to show was job boards. If you're looking for a job in crypto, in blockchain, in programming, they are hiring. So people have posted jobs on here. So if you're got some time to kill, maybe you're young and you want to just get into cryptocurrency, this may be a good platform for you to get into that side of the blockchain. And people have to pay to post a job on here. So I think, other than Coinmarketcap, of course, who owns the platform, but they have to pay to post a job on here. So I'm not saying you won't find any scams, but I think that there's some opportunity here for you to search. And I think that about rounds out my video. I hope I didn't skip anything. I'm gonna click on this Learn tab really quick to see where it takes us. I have to go to the one that dropped down. Okay. Ooh, glossary. I like that one. If you start getting into these crypto social media spaces and spheres, and people are talking and they're using all of these words and acronyms like HODL and YOLO and FOMO, and you don't know what that means, and you haven't gone back to the Real Teddy Talks and watched my videos, and you're not subscribed to either, then you want to come here to the glossary and search for the thing that you're looking for, and chances are good it'll be here. Remember, I am not a financial advisor, and even if I was a certified financial advisor, I still would have to give you this disclaimer that I'm not your financial advisor. So take my advice and my words with a grain of salt, and these are what I do, what I use. If you're going to invest in cryptocurrency, use your own certified people to advise you and to work with to make it happen. Invest in yourself just 1% a day to reach your exponential greatness. Use Coinmarketcap if you're going to get into cryptocurrency, because I love it and it is the website of choice. I don't know any website out there that can do with crypto what this one can do and give you the information that you need. This is the Real Teddy Talks signing off.